Welcome back, welcome back. I'm DelseyD, of course. This is the SportsView. And we'll have Mr. Glover talk about his series, Anica.
Well, like I said, Anica all got started from a partner of mine, Sean Lawless. And like I was saying, it's pretty much about a guy who was in prison for punching his ranking officer. And while he was in prison, the government just turned corrupt. They, pretty much created this it's called nanotechnology virus that pretty much spread throughout the city and was turning everybody corrupt, turning everybody against one another. So the only person that could save the city was me. So they released me, and on my release they had to inject me with the nanotechnology that pretty much enhanced my strength, enhanced my ability, enhanced my skills and everything else. So I was pretty much a real,
So why didn't you go corrupt?
Guy. I didn't go corrupt because they injected me with like a special dose that didn't affect me in that negative state. It's more of just to enhance my abilities overall.
Okay, so this sci-fi, so we're talking about in the future?
Yes, futuristic.
Space, okay.
Futuristic. 2014. No, I'm sorry, 2025 is the year.
Okay, because 2014, I'm like...
Yeah, 2025.
That's just 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
We've got company. Come on.
This is Gazer Fleet AC-419. Please identify.
This is Kenyon Glover. This is Aaron Boys Entertainment Delivery. The current dynamic 6 navigation system over fuel line. Please help.
We gotta help him.
You need to follow protocol first. Nathan, do you have enough fuel to track landing coordinates?
Negative. I have a resident of oxygen.
I'm going to help him.
Dietrich's come back.
Okay, so you talk about martial arts. Now, where did you have time to do that? And tell us about that. Well, first of all, before I go there, Anica, this is a whole nother production for you. So now we're talking about another agents, right? Well, no, the acting. We're talking about extras, and we're talking about... this is like a whole nother ball game.
Yeah.
And I want to know the difference between producing and writing. Because people say producer. What are they doing? Is it just the money side of it, or?
Well, being behind the scenes, being a producer is a whole different ball game than being in front of the camera and just acting. Being behind the scenes, it requires a lot of different steps. When we was doing Anica, the series, I was the producer, and pretty much what the producer does is you're in charge of casting, you're in charge of making sure everything is, up to par, you're in charge of finding locations to shoot, you're in charge of, setting the days and the times of the shoot, and make sure we have a production meeting, everybody meets and everybody's on the same accord. You're pretty much in charge of advertising, marketing, making sure it gets out there, that everybody knows the project is going on. So the producer takes on a lot. So when you're watching a film or movie or whatever, you see producer, that person has worked his butt off.
But how is it? That's what I want to ask. It wasn't a writer, it was director and a producer. So you didn't direct, of course, because you was in the film. That's pretty hard to do. Jump back, cut, talk to yourself, come back in. But go ahead and tell them what the director does. And then how hard is that to balance being a producer and in the film at the same time?
But a director's pretty much behind the scene, and he's pretty much giving you direction as far as how the scene should take place. He's pretty much telling you, okay, I want you to be there, you walk this way, you walk that way, you say this, that way. He pretty much give you direction as far as how he wants the scene to take place.
So directors work a lot with the writers because this is their baby, and they know how they want to be seen. So
yeah, the director and the writer works hand in hand because the writer has a certain vision of the project and the way it should go, and the director needs to follow the writer's vision on how the project should go. So the director and the writer works hand in hand because they want to make sure that the vision that they're envisioning the project to be, it has to work, and they have to collaborate and all be on the same page. If not, it could be a disaster. So, you know, producer comes in after the director and writer has, you know, come to the conclusion of how they want to see the project goes, and then they come to me, the producer, and I have to pretty much make sure everything is in place the way it should be. So it's a lot of work behind the scenes.
Okay, so when we come back, we're going to find out where we can see Anica, future projects you have coming up. I mean, I'm sure there's more, but we don't have enough time for them.
Yeah.
But you will shoot them out. And we'll be right back.